The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised. People touching Busta Rhymes' butt, not Beyonce being a witch. Child, we got a lot more in store today, right here on Pyro Power Hour. Good morning. We're back with another episode of Pyro Power Hour. This is way too loud. Let me lower it down. There we go. All right. Good morning, you guys. Gotta praise him early, honey. Gotta praise him early. Good morning, you guys. We're back with another episode of Pyro Power Hour. Your host, Kwame, joined by the handsome, the king, the melanin proficient, Kyrie Sinaj.
Hey, everybody.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you are just tuning in, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your cousins, your loved ones, and everybody la-di-da-di. All right, bring them on in. Ben Chyle, good morning. Jules Forever, how you doing, my beautiful queen? Sean Kingsey, hey, handsome.
Oh, Lord. Brother Kinsey, Jules, what's going on?
Yes. Good morning, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining in. We appreciate you. We got a special guest on today. The entrepreneur herself. The awesome, the amazing, my light-skinned sister from another mister. Yes, we got Ramona. Bring her on in.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Hey, Ramona! Right. What's up,
Hello.
Yes. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course, and you guys had a phenomenal first live last night together. I did not get a chance to watch. I'm going to watch the replay on today right after I shoot the show.
So. We know you busy.
Listen, it was a hot mess express yesterday, so work was crazy, but I'm definitely going to support. And it's on you guys. What page we can find that at, Ramona?
On Instagram on succulent_eyes with a Z, and the live is actually posted. Yes, it was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Kyrie, for
anytime. We had a great conversation.
It really was. I actually had somebody that tuned in and reached out to me already, said they enjoyed just seeing us talk. So yes.
Okay.
Right on. Well, Mona joins us a lot on our kickback. She always sparks some good conversation. So I'm looking forward to seeing what y'all cooked up in terms of convo. Good morning, Tasha Champion. Yes, Queen. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Yes. Ben Childs. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. We got a lot. Hey, Vovo to love. Thank you so much for joining. We love you, boo. Thank you for joining. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and knock some business out real quick. We want to thank one of our sponsors of this beautiful episode, The Coldest Water. The Coldest Water offers a lot of amazing products, and you want to go to their website and check them out. You can use the QR code here to get 10% off on all online purchases, and it is exclusive to our Pyromaniacs fans. Okay? Thank you guys so much for supporting. We appreciate you. And if you cannot use this QR code, do not worry. We will go ahead and put it right in the chat. It's coming right up. So go, and if you are listening on Bullet and Flight Radio, another one of our sponsors, go ahead and check out our website, and all of our sponsors are on there as well. Or you can listen and the replays on YouTube.com/Pirate Media Network. All right, you guys. Let's get into what's happening today. Okay, I know you guys. Y'all be looking at some of the stuff that's going on. I didn't write this, okay? I don't write these things. All right, I'm just regurgitating what is being shown for the day and what's happening that day. Okay. All right. So today we are celebrating Single Awareness Day on February 15th. It is a day celebrated to celebrate single life and assure people that it is okay to be single. The day happens one day after Valentine's Day, and this is to help those who spend Valentine's Day alone. The day was started by Dustin Barnes. He wanted people to appreciate single life and see the amazing benefits of being alone in life. Relationships are fun and important, but they also have their pros and cons. This is a day to realize which side suits you best, being single or being committed. Now, personally, I don't think that being single equates being alone. Okay, I don't think you're ever alone. God is always with you. Praise Him. Okay, personally, okay, you're never really alone, but you know.
I thought February 15th was Side Piece Day.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see that. Ben Child says today is also Side Slides Day.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
Side Slides. Y'all sliding in the DMs? Okay, well, I didn't know it was Side Piece Day.
I was going to say, yeah, because when I was someone's side piece, I got taken out to a very nice dinner, had a very nice time.
You gotta be someone's side piece.
Not now. That's my younger years.
You don't have to lie, Craig. It's okay.
But singleness is a gift. I mean, truly, it really is. But most people scared of singleness.
Well,
there are people that they don't enjoy their own company.
I agree. I think, but you know, that's a whole nother conversation, child. You know, you sit there.
I like my company. I like me.
I know that's right. I know that's right. All right, you guys, let's get into the birthday of the day. Celebrating the Queen, the Melanin Proficient, Queen Megan Thee Stallion. She was born February 15th, 1995. Ooh, you're a youngin', baby. Has been making the biggest waves of anyone in the world of rap. With her enchanting style, beauty, and attitude, she has won the hearts of millions of people who listen to her vibrant music every day. She started small, sharing her music online, and managed to become one of the most relevant artists in rap, cementing her place in the history of the genre, and has received many awards to back it up. If you want to celebrate her special day, you're in the right place. Give it up for Megan Thee Stallion. Yes! Praise God, praise God, praise God. All right. You look a little, wait, is Kyrie frozen? Oh, you good now? Okay, I didn't know if you were frozen or not. You good, Kyrie?
Okay, I was going. Yeah, I'm saying, why did I? That was me.
Okay.
Is Mona frozen?
We know it's you.
No, Mona. Oh, okay. No, I thought she was frozen. Oh, you just stuck in a smile.
No,
okay.
No, Mona and I got good internet. Okay, we got good. We good. Tasha Champion says Team Aquarius. Okay. Ben Child says Happy Birthday, Meg. Jules Forever. Good morning. Oh no, she was in earlier. Sean Kingston says I embrace my singleness. I know that's right. Embrace it.
I know you do.
Yes. Yes. Don't get too single, Sean. You know, you still my hubby on the internet. Praise God. All right. Let's also thank one of our other sponsors, Audible, an Amazon company. And speaking of husbands, look at Kyrie's husband right there listening to Audible right now. You can go to audible.com, or you can go ahead and use this QR code, and it will give you 30 days free for a 30-day subscription to access to the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, and guided wellness and audio originals. And you'll get 2 free credits if you're a Prime member, and 1 credit if you're not a Prime member, for any premium selection titles you like, and it's yours to keep forever as long as you keep that account. And you'll get also a quick, you know how you sign up for them free trials, and then they just go ahead and they just charge your account because you forget about it. They'll send you a special email to remind you that your free trial is going to be ending. So shout out to audible.com and check them out. And if you cannot use the QR code because you're watching from your mobile device, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the link for you right now. We appreciate your support because it does go to all of the cool things here. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. While we're on that commercial break, we got a lot to talk about of what's going on. So stay tuned for that. And we'll be right back in a jiffy. All right? And we're Black by popular demand. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are just tuning in, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help our algorithm. Oh, we ain't got no music playing. Hold on, wait a minute. All right, here we go. Praise God. All right, you guys, let's get on into some stuff here. But before we do that, we want to go ahead and shout out our other sponsors of this video and all of the things here. Pyro Media Productions. They make us look good, y'all. Y'all want all this cool, cute stuff? You can go ahead and shout them out and head over to pyromediaproductions.com. We also want to shout out our sister radio station, Bullet in Flight Radio, the #1 progressive Christian radio station in the world, Your Story, Our Station, and they are jamming this Friday with Dance Friday, so stay tuned for them. All right, you guys, what's going on? We do have a little bit of sad news to start out with. For those who do not know and are not aware, we want to give our prayers out over to Michigan State. They had a mass shooting over there, and it was just, I don't know what's going on with this, but we're going to get Mona and Kyrie and I are going to be getting into it shortly, but let's go ahead and read what they have going on for this article. All 8 victims of a horrific mass shooting Monday that left 3 dead and 5 critically wounded on Michigan State University's campus were students. Police said earlier Tuesday morning as they continue to search for answers about the 43-year-old gunman's motive. MSU police identified 2 of the 3 victims as Brian Frazier, a sophomore from Grosse Pointe, and Alexandria Werner, a junior from Clawson. The 3rd victim, Ariel Anderson, was identified by her family. She was a graduate Grosse Pointe North High School from North High School. I don't have any words. What are you guys' thoughts on what's going on here?
I don't know. I was kind of shocked to see that he was a black man.
Yeah.
And then I heard his father speak. I said, okay, if you're feeling a certain type of way, it's okay to reach out for help.
Yeah.
He was trouble. He's already convicted criminal, but then in 2020 when his mom passed, it just something in him snapped. His dad or something snapped, and he hasn't been the same since. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you're feeling kind of way, it's okay to get help.
Yeah. Mona, what are your thoughts?
And that's the sad part, because I seen his picture this morning, and one of the most disturbing things about the pandemic was it brought out a lot of mental issues in a lot of people, and that separation created a lot of that or brought it up. Yeah. And these are the kind of things that we are now seeing, that mentally people are not okay, and his family may have known that there was something else going on. Of course, as the story unfolds, it's going to say a lot more. The sad part is that it spews out onto others. So now people are gone based off of how he was feeling. Yeah. And not how anything that they had done wrong. And it's a sad event, and it's happening way too much.
Yeah, I agree.
The young sister that was unalived, that was killed, is actually the niece of if you all remember Flavor of Love, Delicious.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And I'm so glad you segued to that, Kyrie, because that's literally the next kind of, I guess, B section of this particular story. So Flavor of Love star Delicious is grieving the loss of her niece after the student was among 3 victims that had been shot dead on Monday night's tragic shooting incident at Michigan State University. The reality star's niece, Ariel Diamond, was reportedly in the classroom in the same building as the shooter, identified as 43-year-old Anthony McRae, who killed himself following the fatal shooting. And this is her right here. So our hearts go out to Delicious and her family, and all of the families that were affected, and all of the students that were affected. Because this is traumatic. It's not easy to kind of go through these type of situations and be the same. They have to still go to school and walk through those halls that they possibly may never feel the same way about again. So this is a mental health issue across the board. This is a mental health crisis across the board. And like you said, Kyrie, I don't know what that man was going through at all. And we, it's not an excuse for anyone to go ahead and take lives like that. So our hearts go out to the everyone that was affected, and I just pray that this stops. I just pray.
I mean, we're just in February, and already for 2023, this is the 62nd school shooting.
Yes.
Mass shooting.
Mass shooting, yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of times with these shootings, they start out, they become copycats.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons why I hate that, even though media has to show coverage, but I hate when it's on a play for 24 to 48 hours and it's constant, because what it does is if you have you're mentally unstable, and I'm talking chemically mentally unstable, like if it's something that's chemically wrong, it becomes something that starts to play into your head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with that, Mona, but I also think that it's important. Kyrie and I talk about this all the time. It is so important for people to get mental health or mental health services, therapy, counseling, whatever you need to kind of, and there are services out there. Even if you talk to a church counselor, wherever you are, there's something that you can do to get some type of service for you. And I pray that you receive it and it's low cost and or to little to no cost. And if there's anything that you can do to talk to somebody, even if it's a friend, somebody, you need to get something out, and I would rather have a high hospital bill because I have to, because I feel like I'm in a crisis, than for me to go out and hurt and, a community. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to affect these students forever.
And a lot of people don't realize that their jobs have, if they are employed, their jobs have that ability. EAP, Employee Assistance Program, a lot of times you get like 5 to 10 visits free.
Yeah.
And those types of resources, a lot of people don't realize that their own employers and sometimes your insurance companies, according to what you have, they offer those services, but the stigma of going to get help is so bad, especially within our community.
Yes.
Sometimes I think I'll tell somebody, if you don't want to go talk to a doctor because I know the stigma, go see a life coach.
Yeah. See somebody, talk to somebody.
Yes.
All right, you guys, not to quickly shift the gears, but like I said, our hearts go out to all of those affected in Michigan State University and all of the families that were affected by this tragic, just evil situation. And so, I really wish people would really take mental health seriously, because it's really affecting a lot. Tasha Champion says, yes, see a life coach. I approve that message. And Tasha Champion is a life coach. So if you guys need to talk to somebody, holler at her, okay? Because she is a phenomenal life coach. I call on her sometimes, praise God. Poor Man Investing, thank you so much for joining. He says, once insurance has it for free, shout out, sign me up. I get it. Yeah. I understand.
Hey, darling. Yes. Yeah. Because I'm no longer with the company, but the last company I was with, until the pandemic, they was giving 5 visits to a psychiatrist or life coach for free. Now it's up to 10 because of everything with the pandemic. But a lot of people don't realize that their employers have that benefit next to them, because you just have way too many people unstable.
Yeah, and also for those who are self-employed like myself, like, because I own my own business, there are resources out there for you to be able to get those things. Now, fortunately, I've been really blessed because, I fought for this country, so I have a lot of VA benefits, but there are a lot of benefits out there that I've looked into for people who own their own business, who are self-employed or entrepreneurs. There are a lot of benefits out there for people like that to get services specifically for mental health. So definitely look into your local companies or your local counties rather, and see what they have available, because it is super important. And the more healthier mentally we all get, I believe that the less of these type of situations and frequency will happen. So like I said, we wish everybody at Pyro Power Hour and Pyro Media Network and Pyro Media Enterprises as a whole wishes and praise for everybody that was affected at the Michigan State University. So our hearts go out to you guys, and may God keep you guys and keep you guys safe and whole. Next up on the docket, or the list, because I hate saying docket too, Kyrie.
I don't like that.
All right, so next up is Don't Get Busta. My God. So Fans are often known to push boundaries, but Busta Rhymes wasn't having it with a woman who grabbed him. The rap legend is a relatively unproblematic figure in hip-hop, and he's not the type to unleash on supporters. However, a video surfaced on showing an unfortunate encounter that reportedly occurred yesterday, February 13th, while Buster was in Las Vegas. So, we have the video. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Oh, wait. Sorry, there's more. According to reports, Buster was at the Las Vegas My God, I can't talk today. According to reports, Buster was at the Las Vegas Convention Center for the Magic Fashion Trade Show. In the brief video, he can be seen making his way through a small crowd with his team flanking both sides. Then a woman comes up behind him and quickly grabs his behind. The rapper swings around, looking visibly upset, and immediately throws his drink. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video. Let's go ahead and play that one more time so we can, make sure we see everything. Thoughts? Because I have some.
Well, so I met Busta Rhymes at a Howard University homecoming. And I'm gonna honestly say he is a very nice person. Like he's not one of those aggressive, I'm gonna just be aggressive with you. And it was funny, and it was a long time ago, but he literally turned up his music and it scared me. And I jumped and he ran around the car and he was like, "Are you okay?" Sweet dude, like very, very mannerable man. So for him to throw his drink, he was totally offended. Totally. And I would have been offended too. What she might be glad about is that he didn't open hand, because that's offensive. Because if the tables were turned and that was a man grabbing a woman, he'd have probably been in jail.
Absolutely. And that
okay. Right. Before I say my opinion, Kyrie, you got something to say about this?
Well, I just saying that she's Mona said, if it was a woman, it wouldn't have been the same reaction. Mm-hmm. And I think the internet would have went up into an uproar. Oh my God, Buster grabbed that woman.
Right.
Yeah, it would been the Me Too movement and a whole lot of stuff. Yeah.
So
I think people should keep their hands to themselves, no matter men or women.
So regarding the prior topic, Dorothy Corbett, aka my sister from another mister, my sister-in-law, my sis, says sometimes the YMCA will have free services. So definitely check that out for mental health services. And also Tasha Champion says Taraji P. Henson has a free program for Black men to receive therapy, which I didn't know about. That's amazing. Shout out to Taraji P. Henson. Good morning, Lamar Jackson. How are you? Thank you for joining. And so Poor Man Investing says she see nothing wrong with his reaction. Tasha Champion says, listen, we all have to respect somebody. We all have to respect someone's personal space and physical body. He had every right to react. Good morning, Michelle, my bell. Now, listen, I completely agree with what you and Mona said, Kyrie. I definitely feel that if it was in reverse, he would have lost his career.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating to me that people think that because, first of all, people think that, celebrities owe them their personal space. People think that celebrities owe them their owe them something other than what they're supposed to do and other than entertain with that which in whatever genre that they are in. But I find it really frustrating that you thought that it would be okay for you to touch him regardless, even if because there's reports saying that she did not intend to touch his butt. It's just that she just wanted to get his attention. Honey, there's other ways to get his attention. And listen, there's other ways to get his attention. And if he was so busy or so much on his way to not be able to talk to fans at that moment, then that's just what it's going to have to be. You can't go and bum rush past through his guards and pass through his entourage and touch him. Period.
And according to his bodyguard, you try to jump through people to get to a person. Their job is to protect. They don't know what you about to do. You got your head slammed against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what happened after it stopped. They cut the camera.
Right.
And I hope don't nobody start coming to my. Well, Buster owe her an apology because he didn't have to throw the drink. No, he don't.
You know what? They already doing that. They already did that.
Child, please.
But here's the thing. It's the straight men. Y'all know my views on straight men. But he overreacted. It ain't like it was a nigga.
Well, I don't care who it was.
Now I was about to say everybody keep their hands to themselves.
Keep your hands to yourself.
How about that?
Poor man investing says she looked like she had the OnlyFans pose afterwards. Nope. Tasha Champion says, and it was an immediate reaction. He didn't look and think about it. He didn't know what was coming after that. I know that. Right. That's right. Because at the end
he didn't know who touched him.
No, because and personally, I don't care who touched me. You don't need to touch me. Period. I don't care who it is. I mean, Obama. Well, hold on. If it was Obama,
now see how we are now. See.
But I mean, you got to think about it. Okay, as a woman, first and foremost, Buster is a big dude. Why am I going to do something that he could potentially swing?
I don't even think she was thinking about that. Honestly, this is what I mean. Because I don't think she was intentionally, trying to be, malicious. But I also think that she doesn't know boundaries. Right. She doesn't know boundaries. But she learned that day. She learned it well. And she lucky that that's all Buster did, because me personally, we may have to talk to Pam, the law intellect, about this, because I don't know the legal terms on this. But if I would have turned around, I'm going to defend myself. I don't know who's touching me or trying to grab me or yoke me up.
But when you think about it, and you think about it from a legal stance, and I may be using the wrong phrase, but if you think about it from a legal stance, that is considered as a sexual assault because you touched his butt. Because if the tables were turned, that's probably what he would get.
Well, I don't know Nevada state laws. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because all of the laws are different, and there's federal laws, there's state laws and stuff like that. So I don't know where that stands on that. But again, at the end of the day, I don't see anything that Buster did wrong in this point, because he was minding his black business, trying to get his black money. Okay, and all of a sudden, homegirl was sitting there, trying to get an okie doke. You trying to grab, and you just so happen to grab his behind. I hope you enjoyed the girl.
And then you would have been, if he'd, and thank God he didn't hit her, and it was just liquid. But then you would have been ready to shoot.
She grabbed and ran. Well, not ran, but she grabbed and backed up.
But she backed up looking like,
right.
But even from the factor that if he would have hit her, then you would have been trying to press charges on him.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, poor man investing is what they just said is very interesting. But he would have been a punk to press charges. Exactly.
Yep.
Had he pressed charges, he would have been. Everybody would. Why you got to do that to a black woman? Why you got to do that to a black woman?
Well, now, why you a man? You a man.
You a man. You a man. She wasn't a threat to you. You don't know what he's gone through in his life, and it don't matter. Why are we always having it? Whatever. I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole different story. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the kickback.
You a man. You a man.
If TikTok don't ban me this time.
Well, TikTok, I think we should take it on the Facebook, but we'll talk about that later.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, but the sad part about that is, from that aspect, we have this tendency to think, oh, men shouldn't hit women and things like that, and they shouldn't. But women shouldn't hit men. We raise our girls. We don't raise the girls to not touch and hit men, but raise the boys to not touch and hit women. Mm-hmm. We need to raise y'all both, because that could. I mean, thank goodness again, like I said, it was only liquid. That could have really turned out really, really bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the next.
And that's the second time that's happened to him.
Well, how?
Because the first time he was at a concert performing, and this woman reached up and grabbed his piece, and so he stopped the music, and her dude is sitting right there. He said, "This your woman?" He was like, "What you doing?"
Wow.
He was like, "What you doing?" The dude sitting there like.
Ben Chyle says she may have been detained if this was a non-melanated character. I know that's right. Right. All right, you guys. We wish you the best of luck, Buster, and I hope that the streets, the internet streets.
Yeah, had she grabbed Adam Levine, she'd be in jail.
Not Adam Levine, but I get your sentiment. Yes.
I couldn't think of nobody. I couldn't think of nobody.
Hilarious. He might have invited him. But anyway, let's move on. All right, y'all. Let it go. Let it go, y'all. Okay? Let it go. Rihanna said that she doesn't have an update on new music despite her individual song streams receiving a 640% boost in the hour after the Super Bowl game ended.
I done told y'all that woman is not releasing no music. She's done.
Let it go. Let it go.
Right.
According to reports, Rihanna's hit solo track spiked as much as a 2,600. Hold on. According to reports, Rihanna's hit solo track spiked as much as 2,600%. And her overall U.S. Spotify streams received an impressive 640% lift following Sunday's Super Bowl 2023 halftime show. Reportedly, streams of Rihanna's opening track, Bitch Better Have My Money, increased by more than 2,600% in the U.S. Diamonds was up by more than 1,400% in the U.S. And Rude Boy increased by more than 1,170% in the U.S. And We Found Love was up by more than 1,160% in the U.S. She's making money, y'all. She's fine.
On top of money. Right, and that's what I said.
Fine.
She said, look, I found my... She's a businesswoman, but then they did this.
She also got making babies with him. She's fine, y'all.
Right. Only thing is she didn't do my favorite Rihanna song, but I know she was going to do that one anyway.
Poor Man Investor says, billionaire don't do new music. They sprinkle us with ish. I know that's right. She's got Fenty Beauty. She's got Fenty Skin. She's got Savage Fenty, which I gotta make some orders today. She's got she's sitting on her royalties from her music. She's a mother.
And she gave y'all a new song. She gave the song from Wakanda.
She gave it.
I'm not a fan of it, but she gave a new song. She gave a new song.
I don't know what people
be saying that, Lamar. They want her to do part of the replay. I don't know that bit.
Let it go. Y'all let it go. Okay, listen. For those on TikTok that had issues with what I said about Rihanna's performance, let it go. Because it's still, y'all not mad at me. You're mad because she didn't give you new music. That's what you're really mad at.
Well, they mad that she ain't giving new music. When she showed that baby up, I said, y'all can cancel Christmas.
Cancel Christmas, honey. Let it go.
Mama gonna have 2 kids by this Christmas. You can cancel it.
Look here, she's been working since she was 15 years old.
15.
She is 33. It is time to build your family, take your break, chill out, enjoy your babies, and everybody else, when it come, it come. If it don't, it don't. It ain't no difference.
Hello?
Now, this may be a kickback conversation, but I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave it there. I love how everybody is commending this woman on having a baby and starting a family. That's great. But why y'all have a problem with Keke Palmer calling her a single mama, dogging her out for being a single mama? This woman ain't married to her man.
So somebody called Rihanna the same. Somebody done said the same thing about Rihanna.
What Tasha Champion just said is the comment of the morning, honey. Listen, as long as she does not stop making Fenty, let that woman live. I know that's right.
It. Now you better say that.
Don't tell me what to do.
I know that's right.
Let it go.
Make me spit my coffee.
Ooh, yeah. Lamar's hilarious. All right, y'all. Y'all need to let it go. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm just.
All right, what do y'all want?
What do you need from her? She's giving you everything. She has attained so much. Okay? She has attained so much. She has literally increased revenue and tourism to Barbados. She has given you. She has revolutionized the cosmetics industry for Black women. Okay, she has given you years upon years of music. She has given you a very well made lingerie. Okay,
Yes.
and underwear. Okay,
Yes.
for men, I personally love Fenty.
I
Fenty.
have just about every pair. I have every pair.
Damn
underwear.
near. There was one that I was just like, I don't need this one.
Yeah.
I mean, with everything that
I
that girl
don't
has,
like getting it. But I have pajama sets, short and long pajama sets, the robe, long robe, mini robe. Yeah, I love Fenty.
Yep. Sean Kinsey says, no need to release any new music. It's called residuals. I know that's right.
Right. Look here,
Right.
music.
Technically
Technically
now,
now, with everything that she has done, music is passive income.
exactly.
Is
Exactly. She's a billionaire.
Billionaire by herself.
And Kyrie, for what you said, I know people were saying, "Oh, Keke Palmer, she a single mother." I heard the same thing about Rihanna talking about, "Oh, she's still a single mother," and people have said that, and I'm just like, was y'all babies in y'all marriage? Because it don't matter if whatever come first. Personally, I think they already married. That's my personal opinion.
Hey, Michelle, I would be surprised. Because Rihanna does what she wants to do, and she'll tell you when she's ready. Because they said in rehearsal she hid the pregnancy. So
you want to know why?
The show.
Because she's good and grown. Okay, she's good and grown. You ain't gonna tell Rihanna what to do. Did she not get on that damn hoverboard on this damn Super Bowl fully pregnant?
And being held up by God's finger?
Right.
Nothing but God's grace. Them dancers were stomping on that damn
about 2,000
platform.
feet in the air. She was 2,000 feet in the air.
Honey, listen, I felt that the performance could have been more, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give kudos where kudos is due. The girl was on a platform flying in the middle of the air, just stuck to a string, girl.
Look at her. She had God's finger. That's
That
all
was
she had.
the Archangel Gabriel, okay, was holding it together. Archangel Michael, Saint Michael was there. They were holding it up, praise God.
Every time she moved, all I could think is, "Oh Lord, please don't stomp. Please don't stomp. I love the performance, but please don't stomp."
Right. Don't stop, girl. Crazy.
Oh my
And y'all
God.
want more. Y'all are so ungrateful. And then she got this man plowing her out on a daily, consistent basis. Leave her alone.
When do we forgive ASAP Rocky?
When we forgave ASAP Rocky when Rihanna claimed him as her man.
What did he do that we was forgiven?
You remember when Black Lives Matter was out? He didn't agree with all that. He had made some disparaging comments about some of the victims of Black Lives Matter, the tragedy.
When you get with a woman like her, you can't help but get a little smarter.
Well,
okay, so we just gonna praise God that he is working it out.
What is the thing? If he ain't never experienced certain things, he may not know, but she probably done hipped him on. Or enough people he probably got drugged. He got some phone calls like, "Bruh, come on, man. Even though you may not have experienced it, this is still as a community what we got."
Michelle Holly, really? Rihanna makes a large forehead sexy. I so very much love her large forehead. Really, Michelle? Really?
Okay, look, then I feel okay then.
Oh my God. Y'all are hilarious. All right, you guys, let's move on to the next one. Y'all let it go. Leave Rihanna alone. If she comes out with music, we're going to thank her. If she don't, we're going to thank her for the other products that she's been pushing out, okay?
Okay.
All right, moving on. There are some sick people in this world, okay?
This broad. Yeah.
A mother who told social worker SpongeBob SquarePants told her to kill her 3-year-old daughter has pleaded guilty to murder. Investigators said Justine Johnson killed Sutton Moser in Issaco County's Oscoda County. Wait, is it Issaco? Issaco County's Oscoda Township in September of 2021. The toddler's body was discovered in a garbage bag inside the home. She had suffered multiple stab wounds. Issaco County prosecutor Jim Baccarella, what else are these names? Said Johnson was not offered a plea agreement. Johnson has been charged with felony murder and first-degree child abuse. Johnson faces a penalty of life in prison without parole. I don't understand why she's not under the jail.
So postpartum psychosis is real. And I hadn't heard of this story, but the one thing I know as a woman, postpartum psychosis can last for a while. If it's not diagnosed, if it's not seen, if no one's in the presence. And a lot of times with postpartum psychosis, this is when babies, unfortunately, are taken away from us. I do remember a story in Cincinnati where the young lady cut off her newborn's head, and she had what they call postpartum psychosis. We hear about postpartum and postpartum depression all the time, but they don't focus in on postpartum psychosis, which requires medication and also requires for the child to be taken out of the home because of these things like this. Because this child only being 3 years old, she's probably been suffering for a while, but nobody paid attention.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you, but this sounds very spiritual to me, because she talked about that she was hearing voices from the TV and that SpongeBob SquarePants was telling her to kill her child.
That's the psychosis part.
I don't know. This sounds. Y'all keep yourselves in prayer, and we need to, especially our women, specifically our Black women, we need to keep them in prayer, because they don't get the type of first of all, I don't think they get the type of care, unless they can afford it, that they deserve when it comes to just the medical field, period. Is it Black women are always, at a disadvantage when it comes to this. But I'm not a woman, and I'm not going to speak, on postpartum. But this is just a really sad situation. I just never want to see any child have to go through something like that or experience something like that. She seemed like she was in a very deep, dark space, if you're hearing voices like that. So,
and the thing of it is, like, being a woman that lost her child, I went into postpartum depression, and because I lost my son. And one of the things oh, thank you, baby. Look here, I am so good with it. I recycled. I got my own personal angel. I went green.
I know, that's right.
But not knowing what it was back then, but knowing today, where I was at a point in a place because I lost my son, and then I was in a car accident not but a couple of weeks later. Mm-hmm. And then his father, and that whole situation, it was really, really bad. And I literally found myself walking. I had got into it with my family, and I was walking down the street with just some pants, a shirt, and a comb in my hair, because I was doing my hair, and I got into the argument. And back then we didn't have cell phones. I had nothing on me, no pagers, no nothing. And my family couldn't find me for hours. And I was literally just walking until I ended up at my godchildren's mother's house, my best friend.
Oh my God. And
she said, your mom called just seeing if you was here. She said, they didn't know where I was for hours. That postpartum is a real thing. And I think, as for us, as in the African American community, when it comes to Black women having children, we do not pay attention to signs. We don't pay attention to the depression. The medical field has taught already that if a Black woman complains, she's probably not in pain. They're taught. Right.
Yeah, because you guys apparently have a quote-unquote higher pain tolerance. Natasha Champion also says, when you have a baby, everything becomes about the baby. Everyone asks you how the baby is. The mother is really getting checked on. We need to do better, y'all.
That's
like
true.
We just need to do better. Like, it's just really sad. But I don't know what else to say about this, but we're gonna move on to the next story. But just pay attention, you guys. Pay attention to our women. Pay attention to the things that they're going through. Not just obviously we're excited and we're happy that a baby is coming, but also pay attention to to the mother as well. Michelle Holly says, "I feel so sad for both the mother and child."
Yeah.
She when she snaps out of it, when she gets to a point where she is coherent and is out of like that negative cognition, she's gonna feel this.
Yes.
She's gonna feel this. So, good morning, Sharitha. Thank you for joining. She says, unfortunately, Black women has to have a family member or friend who is their advocate with the doctors when they won't listen to them. That is so true. That is very true. All right, you guys.
Hallelujah.
Holy Crisco and bee stings, you guys. Holy Crisco and bee stings.
You
Tiffany Montgomery, a public speaker. Huh?
I think you so shady. That picture.
Tiffany Montgomery, a public speaker and published author, went viral over the weekend after she accused Beyonce of using her fame and power, quote, for the kingdom of darkness, end quote. Quote, there will be a showdown. Beyonce, don't even hide her worship to her many gods, Montgomery wrote in her lengthy caption. Montgomery, who describes herself as a, quote, teen mom and college dropout turned best-selling author, international speaker, and entrepreneur, who made millions from my couch with just a laptop and a dream, quickly went viral after her rant against Black Hollywood's favorite couple surfaced across social media. Destiny Child's member Michelle Williams defends Beyonce in an IG reel. She said, quote, I am just watching a lot going on. Things that are being said specifically about entertainers, she began, specifically about entertainers that I even have relationships with. Entertainers that I know off the stage, end quote. The Destiny's Child member said Christians need to practice grace more. So what are your thoughts before I go in?
Well, I saw Michelle's IG. I liked how she talked about what's being repeated is a lot of things that we that grew up in church that was wrong, but it's just being regurgitated, and you're actually spewing out hatred. I like how she pointed it out. But as far as this lady, I think it's about I think what she's talking about clout. I think that's what she's chasing, this clout, because she was once a beehive, but now she says she has seen the light, and that was back then. Now she is no longer there.
All I'm gonna say is this. This is all I got. These folks can see demons in everybody except for the demons laying next to them.
Say it again.
You will find demons in each and every person around you, and this person in the music world. And they may have demons. I don't know. That ain't for me to judge. But then y'all lay next to the demons and don't see the demon in the people in your household and in your family and the people. You don't even see yourself. And sometimes, and I'm going to get a little turkey for 2.5 seconds. Sometimes the devil give assignments and you ain't paying attention, and the devil just might be using you in the situation while you thinking it is God.
Robo Shabaya! Yes!
Devil give assignments just like God do. So when you sit high above and feel like I'm gonna tell everybody that this person is demon and demonic, you are judging them, and then y'all turn around and get mad at Tasha Cobb for praying for her. So y'all mad because Michelle said something. Y'all mad at Beyonce for, as y'all say, and the tickets and the demonicness, and then you mad at somebody for praying for her, which is what you're supposed to do. Again, you people ain't never satisfied. Talk about the demon that's laying next to you.
How about the demon in you?
How about this? Let me bring this broad down for a second. One of the things that I get frustrated with is that there are a lot, and I do not think that we should not have conversations when it comes to sermons and churches and pastors and preachers and all that jazz, that we should not have conversations about demonic entities and things that the devil's, busy working with, right? Because we need to be prepared, right? And so for me as a soldier or a former soldier, and as a soldier of God, I know that strategically it is important for you to know your enemy. And the best way, and to build yourself up and prepare for warfare, right? And so the best way to do that, according to my religion and according to what I've been taught, is to read your Bible and to focus on that. So in my Bible readings, okay, I have noticed that you need to just love. Because at the end of the day, I don't need to have the responsibility of judging whether or not somebody is going up or down. Okay? I don't need to have the responsibility because I'm just a lowly man on this earth. And so that responsibility is laid with the Most High. The Most High. Okay? Not you, girl. Not you, dried weave. Okay? Not you, raggedy neck. Because my issue is not the fact that she's going after Beyonce. My issue is that there are people like her that are constantly coming out there. You didn't rebuke, because if you just came for Beyonce, I would have been like, okay, girl, you just want some clout. You didn't, and she does, but you didn't just come for Beyonce. You came for all of the people and rebuking all of the people that want to go to her concert. When you went to her concert yourself before, but that's prior to you being saved. Okay, girl, real convenient. My point is that if you really truly care about Beyonce's soul, if you really have a heart for the people, why are you not going out there and you're praying for her? Why are you not out there and you're praying for everybody else that you feel is working with demonic entities?
Well, but her attitude, though, in the end cracked me up. She came back, people were talking about it. She said, I would say this, but I said what I said and I meant it. I was like, okay, girl, stand on it.
Stand on it. And that's fine. I appreciate a hypocrite that stands 10 toes down. Let me know that you're a hypocrite. Because I never heard of you prior to today. Or prior to this situation, to be quite honest with you. I've never heard of Tiffany Montgomery.
Tasha, she said, where'd it go?
Which
one?
The
only religious folk run me low. This woman won in 15 minutes and more book sales. Boom! That's what it is.
Yes, and then the sad part about it, I just so happened to see last night on TikTok where now you got other people talking about, yeah, I had the same dream about Beyonce. Again, did God send y'all the lottery numbers?
Why
are you not dreaming about the contaminated water? Why are you not dreaming about the homelessness that we have? Why are we not dreaming about the things that are affecting our people? Y'all dreaming, and I'm not saying that you haven't had a dream, but I think some of y'all don't understand that when you lay down, if that's all that's on your mind, it's going to show up in your dream.
Well, they said Jesus is talking to them. I want them to ask Jesus why his eggs 50 damn Christ.
Hold on, Kyrie, because my sister said something very powerful.
What's that, Dorothy?
She said the focus of believers should not be on people, demons, sin, or anything natural. If we focus on the omnipotent God that is greater than all things, we don't need to be in anyone's business. God is greater. Say it again! Say it again, sis!
She preached. She's very well known, and she got money that is not her first barrel. Child, she's very well known around the church community. If you ain't church, you don't know who the hell she is. Now they do. But outside the church, nobody know this one was. I
didn't know who the hell she was.
I didn't either.
People buy her books because she's also the writer of the Mistress, the Millionaire Mistress.
I was going to say, ain't she writing about side chicks?
Listen.
Yeah.
Two things can be true at the same time. You could have written a book that helped thousands of people. Whoop whoop, lottie dottie, everybody. Whoop whoop for you, girl. But you don't need to trash anybody else while you're sitting there and because it looks very opportunist to me. That's how it looks to me.
But I bet you she go home to her husband, drink wine, drink whatever, do what she do listen to Beyonce, and then get up on Sunday morning and tell y'all. It's a sin. You go to hell. The church people crack me up. I think church is comedy. Church is the best place for laughter for me. It's comedy relief.
Tasha Champion says to pray for Beyonce is to say she is wrong. Can't nobody tell you what your relationship is with God. What God says is good for me may not be good for you. But what you are not going to do is criticize me based on the Bible when I can guarantee you ain't living 100% of the Bible. I know that's right.
But Dura Walton says she's known in the industry as what? What industry? She's known in what industry?
What you say? Spiritual wet dreams.
The church is an industry. Well,
I'm sorry. I was very involved in the church. Still am. But I've never heard of this woman. And I'm sure. But is she? Wait, is it Kojic? Is she Kojic?
That's what she probably is.
Now, if she's Kojic, she's very well known in the Kojic community.
And the Kojic, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I personally have never heard of Tiffany Montgomery. Personally,
she's known in the Kojic, in the Church of God in Need of Christ.
But you know who I have heard of? Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. That's who I have heard. You want to know why? Because she's famous.
And the thing of it is, I'm not a part of the Beehive, even though Beyonce is my birthday twin, September 4th. She's my birthday twin. I'm not a part of the Beehive. Anything that they do in the privacy of them will come to light if it's something against God. It will show itself, because what God will do if you play with him, he'll make you famous differently. He'll embarrass you in your fame.
There you go.
So if he embarrassed her in her fame and it comes to that point, and Sean Carter, her husband, it will show itself up. But for to say and attack your whole congregation based off of that, it doesn't make for sense. But then this is when I always say that a lot of times, and I ain't gonna just say Christianity, people that's supposed to be so holier than thou, off the top, y'all are the most meanest, judgmental people I have ever met. And I grew up behind the pulpit. My grandfather was a minister. My uncles were a minister. My cousin still has our church, who was started by my other uncle. I grew up behind the pulpit. My grandmother was a first lady. My grandmother was a first lady, be in church and drink her Kentucky Tavern at the same time. You hear me?
Yep.
They're human people.
Now, Lamar Jackson said something extremely interesting. She came for Beyonce, but didn't come for Sam Smith. Girl! There it is. Lamar Jackson also says, but Beyonce hasn't done anything really in her career that goes against God. Can someone help me understand? Well, I think some of the visuals that she did in Lemonade, people took kind of weird because it used a lot of African spirituality. There was a lot of Oshun references and stuff like that. So people,
our real religion, but
our roots, our rooted religion, our African root religion. That she used a lot of that to highlight that. So a lot of people think that because she did that she's whatever. That's a whole different conversation. At the end of the Black Day, okay, I just don't think that she's doing herself or the Christian community any service by doing this. And it's not because, and I think a lot of people were looking at me, and that's why I didn't talk about this on TikTok, because I didn't want people to think that I was just doing Beehive stuff. It has really nothing to do, because Beyonce's a grown woman. She can take care of herself. She has more than enough money to take care of herself. But at the end of the day, this is stupid, and it's pushing people further and further and further and further and further away from the church. Because when you go ahead.
But question, like Beyonce been around for 25 years. Why are they just now coming to her? Like what happened?
I keep hearing that a lot of this is coming from the fact that and I don't know who this woman is. This is only what I've heard, that her husband is friends with someone that is within the satanic communities. He's very good friends with a woman. And I don't know who this woman is. And I feel like that's what they're equating all of it to, that because he's friends with her, and then the Jeff Epstein, they were on the island situation, and people weird. They talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z and 8 kids.
Now with that, Beyonce couldn't. Now this is me. Excuse me. Beyonce could have been there as a performer, because just because you went to the island don't mean you participated in everything there. For instance, I know someone who throws functions. And he has different group lists. One function, group A, is a party, dinner party to come here. Group B is a sex party. And there's a separate list. So there could have been, Beyonce could have just been on the list to perform, come get her coin and leave. It may not have been for that other activity. Because they're coming for her, but they're not coming for Oprah Winfrey, who's on the list. Y'all good old Uncle Joe is on the list. Both the Clintons is on the list. A lot of people are on that list.
Because it's easier to attack a black woman than it is to deal with the actual reality of the situation. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, people. Let's be honest. It's easier for us to attack a black. And then what's so sad about this is that we're talking about another black woman attacking another black woman. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Black women. Who protects black women from black women?
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's a word, honey.
That absolutely.
And honestly, this is how I feel about it. And Kyrie and I talked about this, I believe, on the kickback last week. But I think that the main reason why this concert is a big damn deal, why the Renaissance tour is a big deal, is because she dedicated this concert and this album, rather, to the black gay community. That is why, and to the ballroom community. That is why I think that this concert right here is a big damn deal. Y'all didn't go up in arms for the Lemonade album. And that had spiritual references and connotations to it, right? Y'all didn't do that for the self-titled album, and she was bumping and grinding, dropping it like it's hot, showing a titty or two. Y'all didn't say nothing about that. But because this album is about that she dedicated to the black gay community and the ballroom community, y'all have an issue with it. Okay?
I said keep giving them stuff to talk about, B. Beyonce is making her money regardless. And like I said, I think it's about continue. They worried about the Sunday morning stick up. You ain't gonna have no money to pay me if you giving it to her. I need y'all to pay y'all tithes. And y'all
did you say the Sunday morning stick up?
That's what it is.
Good luck, girl. I don't know what else to say. Good luck, girl. I hope that that you can recover from this because y'all think it's cute. Y'all think it's cute to go out there and attack people like to attack the Beehive. Y'all think it's cute to attack the Rihanna's Navy. Listen, I got a little brunt of it this past because I said a constructive criticism. Okay, and I think my only saving grace was the fact that I purchased Rihanna's Fenty skin. Okay, and I support her. I think that was my only saving grace. Had I not proven my loyalty and my love for Rihanna, y'all would have buried me. Okay, my almost 10,000 followers would have been down to 1. Y'all would have left me out there in the cold.
I will say this is my on the Beyonce situation. Being a person that did grow up behind the pulpit, the one thing that my family preached was sometimes you got to go in the bar to get the person. Sometimes you got to go to the street to get the person. Sometimes you got to go in the alley where that potential crackhead may be to get the person to help them to bring them forward. So if you are a true believer and if you are a true warrior for him, you will go wherever they are in order to bring them out. So if you're not willing to go there, but you're willing to put them down, you're no better than the person that you're putting down.
Don't make me get up and run around this damn room. Ramona.
I mean,
right.
that is something that was instilled in me as a child, being from my uncle, my grandfather. That is the one thing about them that they say in their scripture and in their preaching. And my grandfather, may he rest in peace, that was the one thing him and my cousin preached a lot about. Stop putting and condemning folks because they in the bar partying. Sometimes just go in there, sit down with them. You ain't got to have no liquor, but you can get you a Coke or some water and talk to them about what's going on in their life as to how you bring them into the church. You just don't leave them out there and talk about it. He said some of y'all way too cool about talking to people while you in the church, but when you get out there, you ain't no better. Your ministry is not in the doors, it's outside.
Oh my God.
I think because I thought that when it comes to church, you're supposed to enter to worship and then depart to serve.
You
And that's
better. All right, you better read your Biblies, okay? You better read your Biblies. Come on, Kyrie. Lamar Jackson says, wait until Beyonce does a gospel album. I hope she does and stunts on y'all fools. I hope she does. Okay.
That's exactly why I disconnected from religion. Exactly. And focus on building my connection to God. That's what it is. That's what it is, Tasha. That's what it's about.
All right, y'all. Let's get on it because we can go all day with this Crisco hair using raggedy. I have to behave because she is still a black woman, and I want to respect the fact that she is a black woman. But she's getting on my damn nerve.
But you in this
good luck, girl.
This picture, you found the worst picture.
I did. That's how she is. That's what she put out. Anyway. Y'all know it's Black History Month, and Pyro Power Hour is no exception in making sure that we celebrate it every day, all year. Praise God. And today, we are celebrating the Queen, Katherine Johnson. Katherine Johnson was an American mathematician whose calculations of orbital mechanics as a NASA employee were critical to the success of the first and subsequent U.S. crewed space flights. Johnson's work included calculating trajectories, launch windows, and emergency return paths for Project Mercury space flights, including those for astronauts Alan Shepard, the first American in space, and John Glenn, the first American in orbit, and rendezvous paths for the Apollo lunar module and command module on flights to the moon. Her calculations were also essential to the beginning of the space shuttle program, and she worked on plans for a mission to Mars. She was known as a human computer and for her tremendous mathematical capability and ability to work with space trajectories with such little technology and recognition at the time. You may also recognize her or her story that Taraji P. Henson played in the movie Hidden Figures. So shout out to this queen. She had passed away in the year 2020, but we want to honor her and thank her for creating such a path for those women, to, not just black women, but also just women, to be a part of NASA, and for shifting and being able to help make the United States a superpower. Because at the time, if you guys watched Hidden Figures, and also if you know about the story of Katherine Johnson, you would know that Russia and the United States was at a time where they were trying to fight to become the world superpower by being the first to go to space and have a successful mission in space. And because of Katherine Johnson's capabilities and her abilities and calculations, we were able to do that, and now making the United States the superpower of the world. So currently, and hopefully forever. We'll see how it goes. We don't know.
Yes.
All right. But yes, shout out to Katherine Johnson. All right. Did we miss anything, you guys? I think that's about it. Did we miss anything?
Not that I know of.
All right, y'all. Well, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be back because we got to talk to you guys about something that's coming out on the screen, y'all. Stay tuned. Black by popular demand. Thank you guys so much for being with us today. And if you are just tuning in, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to go ahead and get into what's on the screen. So this actually comes from Kyrie. Okay, Kyrie told us a little bit about we were going to play it or do it in the what's going on, but I thought it would be better in this segment. So, what's on the screen? Love and it's okay. So, love and happiness aren't always a guarantee, and for many women in the public eye, finding a man who can handle her success, fame, and fortune can make things even more complicated. With Queen's Court, mega producer Will Packer brings together 3 famous single women for a epic new dating series starring Tamar Braxton, Evelyn Lozada, and Nivea. Hollywood power couple Holly Robinson Peete and Rodney Peete hosts the 10-episode series guiding the queens through the ups and downs of dating 21 confident and successful prospective suitors, while the queens develop a sisterhood supporting each other on their quest to find a king fit for a queen. Let's go ahead and check out the trailer.
Individual women, all of us have experienced very public relationships. It's really hard for me to let my guard down, but it's time to kind of take the bricks down.
I'm just looking for that zing, that spark, something I can't shake. Damn, 21 men?
You're gonna have to pray for us.
We're ready.
Oh my goodness.
This process isn't for guys who get intimidated.
You like nipple clamps, sis? I'm open to it. We can write those songs together.
You don't have to.
Making you smile is what matters to me.
Does he make your spirit jump or your jump? I don't know if he's genuine.
You're not working hard enough. I told you that to your face.
I want it to be the real me.
It is not going to be easy to become a king to one of our queens. So that door is open.
Oh, that door is wide open.
Oh, wow.
So, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is, as usual, when it comes to these dating shows, they give the women, great looking men, great caliber of men. When it comes to the gay dating shows, they give the gays trash.
Now, I'm not a big dating reality show fan. I usually am I'm only tuning in because I like Tamar. I think Tamar is a very interesting personality online. But I also am, I wouldn't say a fan of Evelyn Lozada, but I'm a fan of the show that she's on, Basketball Wives, which actually just started this week. Which I have to catch
She
up
ain't on there.
Yeah, I know. I think, listen, there's not a reason for me to watch this season of Basketball Wives because most of the people that are worth being on there are not on there. But I gotta watch it just because it's reality TV. So
it's yeah.
What are your thoughts, Nivea?
I love Nivea though.
Oh, what did you say? I'm sorry.
What you having for lunch? I don't. That's what I got.
Sean says gutter trash. Michelle Holly says I agree with Uncle Kyrie. They give the gay men bottom feeders. Oh my God.
I'm
Thanks, Michelle. They do.
I don't want to put our sisters down, in no way, but I can't. I don't, because this type of stuff is what our younger women are seeing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is the lifestyle that they want. So every man they meet, they think he gonna come like that and give that particular lifestyle. You want him to buy you a Bentley truck, but he work at Best Buy. Like, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So, and they're only gonna deal with high-powered men.
Well, I think we should see. It could be some blue collar men mixed in there, which I think blue collar men, I love them.
Yeah. Well, this comes just in time. Not only this, Sharitha says she's silent. She ain't got no words.
Like, oh no. Her face, oh no.
No. But I want to let you guys know this is a great time to kind of let you guys know that Pyro Power Hour is already on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But effective in March, we're going to be on Tuesdays, and we're going to be in the evening, and we're going to be reviewing some shows, some reality shows. So it's going to be specific to reality shows. And hopefully we can get Mona on and we can talk some mess. You know what I'm saying? We can talk some mess. But I don't know about this one because I don't think Mona wants to watch this one.
Here's where my hypocrisy comes in. I'll just be, I'm transparent. So I watch shows like this just to see the men like ready for love, because I love looking at good looking men. And on here, I've seen some good looking men in this preview, so I'm gonna watch. I don't care for Evelyn Lozado. I really don't care too much for Tamar. I love Nivea though.
I'm not even gonna read what Michelle Holly just wrote. I'm not gonna read it.
And
yeah,
wow, okay, she's
Don't
the
say
one
it.
I heard.
No,
but I love Holly. I love Holly and Rodney
Mhm.
as a couple. I'm surprised that they're doing this, but it's so
Yeah.
I want to see.
Well, I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm not knocking any of them that's on the screen right now. You know, I'm not knocking Nivea, Tamar, Evelyn, or the Pete's. I'm not knocking them because they're getting a check, and I don't think any of them are really looking for love. I don't think anybody is really looking for love.
Everyone
on
wants
these
to. What do you mean?
shows.
Everyone wants to be loved. What do you mean?
I don't think they're looking for love
business.
on this show. I don't think people are looking for love on reality shows. Really, come on.
So this is my thing as a woman. All of you have had these high-powered men, a lot of money, lot of fame, lot of this, that, and the third. And I think at this point, because all of y'all have been kind of so many. At this point, you need to find somebody that ain't in the industry. You need to find somebody that's going to be willing to love you for you. And I think that every time you start going for these men that are in these spaces, you really ain't going into the space understanding that they ain't really trying to settle down. And if they are, they looking at you as a token. You look good on their arm. So, and I think all three women are beautiful. But I just don't think that the mesh of really looking for love is really what's happening. This is for show ratings and the coin. And I ain't mad at you for getting
I ain't mad at you.
But everyone wants love. Everyone wants love. I don't always say everyone deserves love. I hear that, because in my opinion, everyone does not deserve it. But everyone wants love.
So this is the thing how I feel about love and relationships, and this is just me, a personal thing. My relationship is public. What happened to it is private. What happens in it is private. And so that's a lot of times their relationships are not just public, but the content of the relationships are also public. My relationship might be public, but what happens in it is private, and they don't know what that looks like.
That's powerful. I like that.
That's true.
I like that. All right, you guys, let's move on. If you're watching, you're watching. If you don't, you don't. I know I'm probably gonna.
I'll be watching.
I'm gonna have to watch it too.
And at least give it 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, at least at a minimum.
All right, I'll watch 1 or 2 episodes with you so we can talk about it.
There we go. There we go. All right, you guys. Today's discussion. So I came across this video yesterday, and I found it super interesting, and I want to get you guys' take on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at it.
87.3% of all problems happen because people cannot communicate. If you having a bad day, say it. If you don't feel like talking for a week and a half, say it. If you no longer want to fuck with somebody, say it. Somebody just tried to come back into my life after 7 months of non-communication. I mean, I really didn't know what happened. She said she was just going through some things and life be life and shit, girl, I thought you died. You got to tell somebody that. A simple text, hey, going through it, see you next year, would have kept you alive in my head. A lot of people think others don't understand them, but if you don't communicate, you're leaving a lot for the other party to figure out on their own. And if I got to figure it out in my head, you might be dead.
I know that's right. So. What are your thoughts?
I just want to say I absolutely love me some Keita Rose.
Keita Rose is everything. If you are not following Keita Rose on TikTok, you guys need to follow her. She also has a YouTube channel, so check her out.
I love.
Okay, I just want to go back real quick. It says that I seen somebody put in. I don't think that you can ever find real love when the director says cut.
I don't think you could ever find real love with her.
That's a word.
That's
a word.
But I don't agree with that, because I think you can find love anywhere. I think love can find you anywhere. I don't agree with that.
Well, let's get back to this topic.
I'm sorry, I just so happened to see it. I'm sorry.
No, that was very powerful. But let's get back to this topic. What are your thoughts?
I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I agree with everything she said. Communication is key. Yeah. And a lot of people cannot communicate. Well, I ain't gonna say people. A lot of men don't know how to communicate. But she's talking about a woman. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
Communication is key.
So I got this thing that I say about communication. Y'all know I always got some type of analogy that's weird but yet funny. I need you to comprehend.
Yes. Oh my God, Mona. Say it again
for me. Because you could talk all day long, you could communicate well, but if you don't understand the words that are coming out my mouth, we are going to really be bad. So you need some effective communication. Comes down to literally comprehension. Oh, well, somebody just said it. I need you to
communicate and effective communication are two different things. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Communicating and effective communication are two different things. Because I can sit there and tell you A, B, and C, but if you are not processing A, B, and C, or comprehending A, B, and C, and you're only comprehending A and C, that's your issue, girl. We're not communicating. We're not having effective communication.
No.
Go ahead, Ramona. I'm sorry.
So there's a thing called perspective listening. And with perspective listening, you get to sometimes have to repeat. So what perspective listening is if Kwame, you say something to me, I say it back to you, and my perspective of what you said. Not only just saying what you said, but my perspective of it. And I think we need to start doing a lot more perspective listening, because sometimes I might say something, but your perspective on it may be opposite of what I meant. So I'm going to ask you to repeat it. I'm not trying to speak to someone like a child, but perspective listening is huge. That's where the comprehension part come in, because if your perspective is wrong of what I said, let me clear it up.
These comments are coming in and adding to what you're saying, Mona. Poor Man Investing says comprehension is key. Sean Kingsley says don't forget to add active listening to the equation. Yes, Sean Kingsley, because a lot of times people are waiting to talk instead of actually listening.
Yep.
Okay, so Sharitha Johnson says, I see nothing wrong with what she said. I know that's right. Tasha Champion says, listen, she's a life coach, y'all. If y'all want to get some good life coaching, y'all go over to Phenomenal Coach or Phenomenal.com, okay? Phenomenal.com, praise God. All right, so if she says, I'm responsible for what I say, not for what you hear. My God, Robo Shundo!
And that's where that perspective listening comes in, because I'm going to ask you, do you understand what I'm saying?
Poor Man Investing says, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Like, for real, like, do you understand the words? Because people will say, yeah, I understand what you mean. So repeat back to me what you think I'm saying. Because a lot of times they are listening for key words. I learned this. You are listening for key words in order to respond to, and they will miss everything. And once that key word is said, they don't hear nothing after that, because they only want to respond to that part.
Yes, because you're not listening or hearing what I'm saying. You're waiting to talk, and there's a difference. Because at the end of the day, a lot of times people, I think like. And I really can't say it any better than how Tasha said it. I'm responsible for what I say, and how and what I'm saying, the information that I'm saying, the statements that I'm saying. I'm responsible for that, whatever comes out of my mouth. But I'm not responsible for what you hear, because oftentimes people are hearing something else and digging into something that's not there. Or they're not even really understanding. Like, this is why I am so big on making sure that we have a paper trail on everything. I have my team only majority communicates 95% email, because oftentimes they'll say, oh, well, that's not what so-and-so told me. So now, based off of what so-and-so told you or whatever, now that everything's written down, we don't have any issues. But oftentimes people don't read their emails. I am a very detailed person. I make sure I have links, I have pictures, graphs, all of that. I have all of that in the situation. So if you come back and ask me a question, it better be about something that I did not put already in the email. And oftentimes people will sit there and ask me questions or ask my staff questions when it's in the email. So that lets me know that you're not reading it. And that equates to me that you are not a good listener.
And active listening is huge in relationships, at work, whatever, wherever you are. Active listening is a huge thing that a lot of people don't hear. That's why the misconstrued information, that just because I say one thing and you say something else, but you took it as an offense. Because most people's reaction when they do that is trauma-based reaction sometimes. It is I'm gonna react to you based off of how I'm feeling, and I'm in my feelings, and I don't like the hurt space, and you don't want to be in a hurt space. But that's how that reaction is. Even when I communicate to some people that it might be a deep topic, I'm gonna tell them. I will stop and be like, "Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense?" Through the middle of it, and I had somebody say to me once, they said, "You talk to me like I'm a child." I said, "I'm not talking to you like a child. I'm making sure you understand everything, because if you don't, then what you get to do is say, I don't understand that part. And there's no judgment. I'm going to just explain it differently."
Why do people feel like they're being talked to like a child when they're... See, this is one of the issues that I have. I tend to just talk and say what I'm saying. I say the information, like, for example, if Ramona comes to me and says, Kwame, what do you think of this outfit? I think such and such and such and such. Oh, why are you talking to me like a child? Why are you saying it like that? I just gave you the information. You asked me a question, I responded. There's no ill intent behind it. I'm just responding to what it is. And oftentimes, people don't know because they're sensitive, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of sensitive people, and I'm very careful on how I navigate with them because I give a damn about them, right? But if I don't give a damn about you, if I don't know you like that, girl, I'm giving you the information as is, especially when it comes to professional situations. I'm giving you the information as I say it.
But some people live in defense mode.
They live in defense mode. They live in defense mode. They operate out of trauma.
And it was funny because I did a video one day speaking about that. I said, get out of struggle. Step out of struggle. Because when you live in struggle, anytime somebody just asks you how you doing, what you asking me that for?
Yeah.
Why you want to know? You got to step out of struggle. And struggle sometimes is so indebted and embedded in us, in our DNA, that we don't know how to step out of it. A lot of people live in defense mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's facts. That's fact.
Yeah. And we all have trauma. We all have trauma. There's not a person on this earth that doesn't have trauma. I'm not saying that. But girl, work through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like work through it. And then one of the things that, going back to what Keita Rose said on the situation, is that I think that communicating moves and stuff like that, especially, like, for example, if I call Kyrie my friend, and all of a sudden we're used to having communication every single day. We're used to talking every single day, whether it be a text or whether it be through Pyro Power Hour or what have you. And then all of a sudden, I just drop off the face of the earth and I don't talk to him anymore. And he's reaching out to me. He's like, "Hey, bitch, you okay?" And I don't say anything to him. That's not communicating. And then I pop out of nowhere a month later. "Hey, bro." He's like, "Oh, wait a minute. I thought you were gone, girl. What's going on?" That's not cool. If and it's okay if let's say if Kyrie comes to me and says, "You know, Kwame, I'm just in a space right now. I just don't want to, I'm trying to, work through some things, and I'm gonna be, away for a little bit, or I'm going through some stuff or whatever, and I need space," whatever the situation is. But if you have a relationship with someone, friendship, whatever, and you don't communicate that to them, they're left wondering what the hell's going on. And then, listen, I'm the type of person, when in doubt, do without. If you give me a reason not to be, that we not cool, then okay. And I'm not saying that people don't have lives. For example, perfect example, I'm not a high maintenance friend. I'm not saying that. Perfect example, my sister-in-law, she is a very busy woman. She is a mother. She is holding the house down. Okay, she is in academia. Okay, she is doing the thing. She is a boss queen. Okay, and we don't always have time to talk every single day. We don't always have time to text every single day. Sometimes I'll miss her call. Sometimes she'll miss my call. But do I think that she hates me? I'll just be like, "Hey, girl, I just been really busy this week." Okay, cool. Let's go on to the next subject. But then that's communication. There's a communication in that. But if we're gonna completely change our relationship, and you just don't F with me no more, well, that's cool. And I don't hear from you, that's cool. I will not chase you, girl.
And you also have to have friends. Like, my friends know that when I get in a zone, and sometimes every once in a while you may not hear from me for a minute, they don't hold that against me and be like, "Girl, you ain't called me." If anything, it's like, "Hey, you okay?" because I ain't heard from you in a minute. But that is just who I am and how I am. And it's nothing against anybody. It's just when I get to a certain space, which is the space I'm in right now, I'll go into a quick shell, and there's nothing against anybody. But luckily, my tribe understands that. So they never take offense.
But they never take offense because you have communicated that to them.
Right.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like if people know you communicate how you are with them, you communicate, these different things, it's not going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like my bestie, she knows that we can't go 48 hours without at least a text. That's just not going to happen. I refuse. I at least have, like, me and her, we can't do that. My bestie, she knows. And if we go past 48 hours, she will message me and be like, "Are you okay, girl? You all right?" But I don't have that relationship with everyone. Everyone has different types of relationship, and then you communicate. And then I will tell her too. If we don't talk on the phone, and I'm saying, "Hey, I'm going through something right now," she knows how to give me space. But I communicated to her that it has nothing to do with her. That I'm just going through something right now, or that I'm focused, or that I'm working. Whatever the excuses, or whatever the situation is, it's going on. So I just think that communication is super key, just like Keita Rose was saying. And I think it's important in all aspects of different types of relationship, even in just getting clarification. If I said something that offended Kyrie, I would expect them to want to call me up and say, "Hey, what you said, what was that about?"
Bogus.
Right. Well, bogus. Okay? You hoodwinked. I was bamboozled, lied to by what she said. You know what I'm saying? So like, but that gives a bridge of communication to be like, "Hey, I didn't mean it that way." He'd be like, "Oh, okay, well that's how I took it." Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? And just like what Tasha said, I'm responsible for what I say, not what you hear. But there's also a space of clarification for people. Everybody deserves clarification. Everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Keita Rose was dead on with that. And I've even told some people, if you don't give me an opportunity to apologize, then our friendship was never strong enough. Because if I didn't know I offended you and you didn't tell me I offended you and you just cut me off, our friendship wasn't strong anyway. Because I'm transparent enough and open enough to say, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, I know that's right. Come on now. And it takes a very mature person to just be like, "I'm sorry." Because I think people oftentimes, I think it's easier to say sorry and mesh it out. At least that's what I've learned. Because I used to, prior military, I used to be, "I'm not sorry for that. It wasn't my fault." And I never took accountability. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like it's easier for me if I did something, or even if it wasn't intentional, it's not about the intention. It's about that I did something and that it offended you or hurt you or did something to slight you in some way, shape, or form. I'm quick to say I'm sorry for that because I didn't intend to do it. We can talk about it and explain it and get clarification. But regardless, just because I didn't intend to, when I was taking off my jacket, to smack you in the face with it, I didn't intend to do it, but you still got smacked in the face with it.
And I think somebody had put in the comments that I think I seen about some of our generations weren't really taught to communicate, so they don't see that part. Me and my parents have that conversation a lot, being that they're in their 70s and having these elders that they weren't taught a lot of communication. So when it's sometimes time to communicate, they shut down.
Ooh. Poor Man Investing says, "Folks think communication is telling me how you feel, but it's actually getting me to comprehend your feelings." Wow. That's interesting. Cool. Well, I know we're running out of time and I have a meeting shortly, so I have to go after this. But thank you guys so much. Ramona, thank you so much for joining. I love when you come on. You always give thought-provoking perceptions and perspectives, and I love you, Queen. You are awesome. Tell people where they can find you and what you got going on.
So first and foremost, Kwame, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for, again, having me. If you want to find me, RamonaAtkins.net. It gives you everything about me, from my books to my my eyewear line, to when I do lives, and my YouTube, when I upload about perspectives of things that I speak about and talk about and record. So RamonaAtkins.net gives you full access to me, even though it says Succulent Eyes behind me. If you go to RamonaAtkins.net, it'll say Succulent Eyes, and it'll also take you to my website for my my eyewear.
Right on, right on. Well, go ahead and support this queen. She is doing great things, and I appreciate you. And also follow her on TikTok and all her social medias, okay? All her social medias. Thank you guys so much for joining. We appreciate you. Kyrie, I love you. We're going to do this again on Friday. And we got a special guest coming on this Friday. We got my internet hubby.
I'll be the third wheel on Friday.
Sean Kingston will be in the house this Friday. So shout out to Sean. Thank you so much for being a phenomenal supporter and just an awesome king. And we can't wait to chat it up and chop it up with you this Friday. Until then, you guys, we're halfway through the week, you guys. Just keep swimming. You guys got this.
Get over the hump.
Get over the hump. We're almost there. We got this. But continue to be great, continue to love yourself, continue to love others, and don't be out in these internet streets yelling at Beyonce and Rihanna, okay? It's just not cute, all right? Let it go. Let it go. All right, you guys, create a great week. We'll see you guys on the other side. Bye.